Hello and welcome to Little Blue Star. I'm Jane Allen and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. I thought I'd show you how I made this card today. A little bit different with this edge here. So just fussy cutting around the edge and you get that pretty different look for a card. So first of all, a base card of Night of Navy, which I will just burnish with my bone folder. Crisp edge, and then you need a layer of white, which is just 1/8 of an inch smaller, and then you need the stamp, which is this one from the Words of Cheer stamp set. This one here, which I've just embossed in gold. So you stamp with Versamark, sprinkle the heat embossing powder over, tap off the excess and then heat it up, and then you get this gorgeous image, which is, can you see it's sort of shiny? So the powder sticks to the image and then you heat it up and it like sets in place, and this is embossed in gold, and I've done it like to the edge because I know I wanted to cut around it at the edge. So I've heat embossed that in gold. And then I wanted to colour in, so if you will see the back, don't use your blends because they will stain through. So blends are perfect when you've got a layer. So if you're doing it directly onto card and you've got a nice layer there, don't worry, because the blends, you won't see them. They'll be glued directly to the card. But if you will see them, as in just this edge here, from the other side, don't use your blends because you might get a little bit of stainage. So I used my they actually called a blender pen, and it's got this solution in the top, which is already there, it's already wet. Just take some ink and then grab that. So what you need to do is just grab, if I grab Old Olive, open your ink pad, give it a little squish, hang on, give it a little like press to get some ink on your lid, if you will, and then you get this in your lid, and then you just grab some with your pen and you can then take some. It's sort of like a watercolour sort of effect, which where the solution is already in this pen here, so it's quite cute and cool how it works. And then you just go along and you pick up your ink and like so, and you can colour your image in. So that's what I've done. So I won't stand here colouring for you to see. I've already done that. I've actually left my poinsettias white in this one because I like that effect. So what you need to do now is cut the edge. So some of you, I know, don't like fussy cutting and some of you do. I don't mind it, I find it quite therapeutic, but you just need to choose your where you're going to have your edge. So I just want it just this outer part sort of showing, if that makes sense. So just round these pieces here that are sticking out, and then go all the way up to the top. So I'm just going around sort of roughly here, trying to do it quick, but you can take your time. And I always move my paper and don't move my scissors. I sort of move my card around to fussy cut. And it's one of those things you just get quicker with practice, really. So I'm just going to use that as my ending there. So hopefully you can see that effect of just that peeping through. Now you could just use that and have it as a you know, an edge stuck completely down, but I want it so it opens and you get that edge there. So that's what I want to do. So this is why I didn't cut it before, because it sort of depends where your design goes to. So my sort of where I've snipped goes to about there. So what I want to do is sort of roughly go down to there, and then obviously snip that off. So I'm going to grab my little mini trimmer, pop that in where I've made my little mark. Pop that down, and then hopefully when I stick that on, you won't see, yeah, can you see it's not showing through? So obviously when you open it, you're going to see it there. That's why you didn't want the blends showing on this part. So hopefully that made sense. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue that onto there like so. Now obviously if you wanted to, you could oh, don't do what I did and just glue the whole thing willy-nilly. Right, that needs to go on there like so, and then we don't want the glue. See what I did? Made that mistake, didn't I? Let's just wipe that off and put it in there, and then glue obviously where it goes up to, because you don't want it sticking. It's okay, I've got a rubber thing that I can use in a minute, so I'll just let that dry. See, we all make mistakes. And then when you close, obviously I don't want that sticking, so I won't press too hard, and that's how it's going to close. Now when you want to write, obviously I've used Night of Navy. If you were using a lighter colour it wouldn't matter, but I've used Night of Navy, and I wasn't sure how big my panel would need to be to write in, so I've left it like that, but obviously I want it so you can't see, so I'm just going to line that up and make a little mark there, and do exactly the same. Get my trimmer and cut this down. There you go. And then hopefully when that goes in there, you won't see it behind. Hopefully that's making sense. Oops. Okay. And then just to add a little bit of bling, sort of to finish it off there, I've got a piece of this sparkly glimmer paper that was actually from Celebration, so I've still got some left over, but you could use like a glimmer piece or a bit of sparkle, or foil maybe, or just something to sort of line it so it just sort of finishes it off. So I'm only going to cut like a 3/4 of an inch panel there, and I haven't cut it down, so I'm just going to have it the same size as this, which I could measure, but I'm just going to chop it off at the end here, so it's just as easy. And then I will layer that up, so that goes there, and then you could either have that sticking across or you could put it right there, and then what happens is when you shut it, you've got that nice bit of sparkle showing through as well, which I think is quite nice. So we just glue that on now. So that's going to go in there. And then glue this one down. Like that. And then hopefully that will end up like that, which is quite a pretty pretty way to open. It's just a bit different really. Obviously you could keep it plain, but it's just a different way of opening. And then obviously the sentiment, so I've just grabbed some Night of Navy and a bit of white here, and then I've got the sentiment from the same set, Wishing You a Joyful Christmas. So I will just grab Night of Navy ink, ink that up, and then I'm just going to do it by eye. You could actually, I'll grab my trimmer. No, I won't. I'll grab my trimmer. I was going to do it by eye, but grab my trimmer and then cut that down. So there's no measurement. I'm literally just cutting around my sentiment, and then I'll just layer it up with a piece of Night of Navy. And I will actually do that by eye, I think. So I'll glue that on. And then I just want a small, tiny little border. Hopefully you can see that. So I've just glued where I want it to go with a tiny, thin border. And then by eye, I'm just going to cut a little border. You could obviously do that on your trimmer, but I'm just going to go ahead and just eyeball that. Like so, and then you could just have it as a sentiment on there, or you could add a bit of ribbon, which I've done on this one. Now how I added my ribbon, I will just show you, is turn it over, and I actually popped some tear and tape on the back. You could use Stamp and Seal if you've got that, but I'm just going to use a bit of tear and tape to stick my ribbon down, and then peel that off. This is normally the part it doesn't want to come off on the video because you're here watching. But it's behaving itself today. So there we go. Peel that off, and then with the ribbon you can just, where did I put my ribbon? Here it is. The gingham. I've used the gingham ribbon, and then you can just use that sticky bit to sort of go back and forth along. Depends how you want to do it, but that's how I've done it. So literally just going back and forth and then back again. And I want a bit hanging over the edge so you can see it behind, so go quite near the edge, and then you get that nice effect there of the ribbon. And I'm going to then pop it up on dimensionals. So on the back, just a few dimensionals on the back there. And then it will just stick up on your card wherever you want it to go. I'll go like that. Pretty cute, yay! And then that bit there that I've wobbly. that bit there I can then erase with a rubber and get that sticky off. Now it's dried and it won't stick to your card, hopefully. These are great, these things, if you haven't got one. Just adhesive erasers, they're called. Lifesavers. There we go, and that's all the sticky gone. So you have to let it dry. Then once it's dry, it's not gonna stick anywhere. Anyway, that is our card for today. I hope that you liked that. It's not sticking down, so I'll just burnish that again. Give it a nice edge so it doesn't keep popping up. And there's our card for today. Yeah, as always, I hope you like that. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already. Give a thumbs up, comment, and I will see you again soon. Thanks, bye.